The United Nations Regional Humanitarian Coordinator in Syria has said that Monday's earthquake is the last thing Syrians wanted, owing that the country is struggling with years of humanitarian support. Now, rescue workers continue searching for survivors buried in the rubble of thousands of buildings destroyed in Turkey and Syria by catastrophic earthquakes and aftershocks that killed more than 12,000 people. Now, just like in Turkey, damaged roads and bad weather conditions are also frustrating rescue operations in Syria. Let's have more details of that in this report by Yahya Jammeh.
With mounting challenges affecting the country, the Regional Humanitarian Coordinator for Syria Crisis, Muhammad Hadi, said the earthquake that affected at least 10 million people is the last thing the Syrian people needed. Speaking to journalists in New York on Wednesday, he said the country finds itself in a difficult situation by trying to reach to others.
This is the last thing the Syrian people needed, and we were struggling for years and years to meet their humanitarian needs, even without this last catastrophe. But we find ourselves now in a very difficult position, fighting with time, trying to reach people all over Syria.
The Regional Humanitarian Coordinator also informed that the road leading from Gaziantep to the transshipment point border, which had been damaged and couldn't be used to send relief items, should be opening soon. The coordinator also informed that there is hope to access the border, as they are discussing with their Turkish counterparts to also give them all the support.
We see ourselves, our objective is to reach the people. For us, cross-border and cross-line are just modalities complementing each other. The most important thing that we reach people in this time, people who are desperate for help in this very difficult situation. We're seeing images on TV, children stranded in very harsh, cold winter, snowing. It's really heartbreaking.
Speaking from Damascus in Syria, El Mustafa Ben Lamli, resident coordinator and humanitarian coordinator interim for Syria, also reiterates the hard situation the earthquake had put on Syrians.
And all of a sudden comes this, and all the achievements we had before. Anybody who had that small business now has lost that small business. Anybody who could go to school cannot go to school. Women who could go to protection centers cannot go to protection centers. So it's a terrible situation where even the 15.3 million people that were in need here in Syria, now we have to revise that number.
Amid calls for Turkey's government to send more help to the disaster zone, Turkey now has tens of thousands of aid personnel in the quake zone, and such teams from more than 2 dozen countries have joined them. But with the devastation so widespread, many are still waiting for help, and hope of rescuing survivors is fading. Experts said the survival window for those trapped under the rubble of collapsed buildings or otherwise unable to access water, food, protection from the elements, or medical attention was closing rapidly. At the same time, they said it was too soon to abandon hope for more rescues. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.